Devil's Mic with your host, Johnny Zex.
Welcome back to another episode of the Devil's Mic. This is your host, Johnny Zex, and today we're here with CAUTERIZED out of San Antonio, Texas. So we're going to go ahead and introduce everybody and what you do in the band.
I'm Nick G. I'm the guitar player.
I'm Alex. I'm vocalist.
German Hernandez on drums.
Nice. Let's go ahead and just hop right into it. Let's talk about how everybody met and when you guys started.
Well, me and Nick go way back when CAUTERIZED used to be different back in the day. It was more hardcore thrash, and then we've been best friends ever since. German, the same thing. We met during CAUTERIZED as well when CAUTERIZED was hardcore and thrash, and he actually moved from LA and whatnot, and came over to San Antonio, and then I ran into him. But we've known each other for years already, 3-4 years.
About 3 or 4 years. We were in the local scene back in when it was, like you said, a more thrash era, which it was more of a different direction. Then now it's a little bit free. I get to write a little bit more things and really come up with a vision of what we wanted to accomplish here in the San Antonio metal scene.
So you said CAUTERIZED's been around for a while. How long have y'all been around exactly?
Well, honestly, CAUTERIZED first started in 2016, and then we went on for a little bit through like 18, and we just went apart. And it was all different members. They weren't a part of it. I was pretty much the only one stuck in it, trying to keep it going. And it got to a point where I was like, you know what, no more. So I was doing the whole dad life, kicking back at home with the family, video games, work, all that stuff. And then one day, Nick hit me up off an ad off of Craigslist, and we actually tried to start a band. We actually tried to start a couple of projects before we thought about bringing CAUTERIZED back into the scene. And then from there, I hit up German off of Facebook. I said, dude, let's do it again. Let's bring it right back. And we all agreed. We all agreed to bring CAUTERIZED back. So since then, it's good vibes.
We all have issues, you know. The thing is that we have all kind of musicians in CAUTERIZED until we got this right now, who we are. It takes time, work, and decisions also. It's iffy, it's tricky, but CAUTERIZED is getting better, and it's just the monster is getting that body every day. We're working on new stuff. We're just working in 2 new songs right now in my studio at home, and we just recorded drums, and Nick is gonna come to the studio. We're gonna start rearranging the stuff. And we just got a new bass player. His name is Ricky, and it's on the works. We're gonna be as a band with bass players soon, but right now we're just the 3 of us ripping off shows, doing the best we can, making people happy to feel our riffs, and it is. I mean, CAUTERIZED decision is to change a new style also. It's not just as supposed to be before. Now we're just playing more deathcore, more slow beat,
Like hardcore
with China on the drums, and
beat down, slam.
yeah. I'm a big fan of Crowbar. I like that band. I like stuff that is slow. And then Nick has his influences, and we're all together making this situation.
Like you said, it's bringing that monster together. You all have all kinds of different musical influences with rock, metal, you know, thrash. You started off as thrash, and now you're coming in to make that Frankenstein of a band almost, and kind of bring a new element to the metal scene. You know, try to make your own sound. And
the thing is what I like about us, we all come from different music backgrounds. Like when I first started doing vocals, I was more of a metalcore. Metalcore was real popular back then. I started moving to like hardcore, and Nick showed me like a lot of beat down and slam stuff. And like I said, we all come from different backgrounds in music, and that's what makes us so different from everybody else in the scene. Like everybody asks, what kind of music, like what kind of genre? I can't even label it. I can't even say, and that's what makes CAUTERIZED great. We're different, and that's how we like to keep it. Like I said, like tonight, I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight we put on.
Yeah, it's killer.
That's what we do. That's what we do all the time. We come and we do our thing. Like I said, we're 3 guys. We talked about we got one shot to do this, so let's make it count. And that's what we're doing right now. Is making each show count. We give it our all just to throw it down for not just for us, but for everybody out there supporting us. The thing is about us, we're real big on supporting the scene, and we're trying to bring this scene back together again, along with the promoters as well. Because right now this scene is tough, and I don't know if y'all notice it, but it's kind of different. But we're trying to make it where the scene's gonna be one big family again. So.
For sure, you got to bring it all together, bring all back, everybody back as one, you know, become united and not knock everybody, you know, support who supports you and, you know, be there for those who've always been there for you since day one. So let's go ahead and talk about the music. So you had your debut single with your follow-up single. Y'all released those in the same month. Well, I want to say really debut since y'all been around for a while, but since starting back up, Blood Oath and Despised. What was the creative process in writing those two songs?
Well, damn, you know what? This is on Nick's part right here.
No, okay, so I actually wrote that song 2 years, I'm gonna say 3 years ago, and it was always just in the, you know, in the journal, just sitting there, and then I finally came up with riffs for it, and we were starting this other band called Nephilim, and it didn't really come through, it fell through, and all that music, I kind of was just like, it just made sense to bring it over to Cauterize, and you know, really show the scene what we got. But the writing process was about a lot of stuff what I was going through at the time. It was, I mean, that's what our music's a lot of overcoming for the underdog. I always write for the underdog, and that's what my music is about, you know. So the writing process on those were, you know, it was different. Like you said, a lot of stuff was more fast back then. Now it's more slow paced, and like I believe you don't have to be fast to be heavy. And I want to bring that because Texas has always been groove, you know what I mean? Like you said, we don't really have I guess a genre that we have, like, it's like a mix of everything. So
like a melting pot.
Yeah, and I like that because we want to be our own sound, not a sound or a scene or anything like anything. We just want to be Cauterized. So, and I think that's smart, just to be yourself.
He brings the guitar idea, then I ask him, what do you want? Slow, speed? What do you want? And then he tells me that the kind of tempo, and then I start getting into it. We
finding that groove.
He records for me some. I ask him, you know, let's play your guitar. I record him, and then I later figure it out with the drum tempo, and then that's how. And then we write down notes, and then that's how it works.
For sure. Let's go ahead and we'll cut it right there. All right, so next thing I wanted to bring up was the Kingside Records compilation. So we see that you guys are going to be debuting Rest, which we were able to check out tonight. It's fucking badass, by the way. I can't wait to hear the recorded part. But what's it like to be featured on a compilation? Not only a compilation, but a compilation for a record label in general.
It's actually awesome. Like this is actually the third compilation CD that we're actually on. We've actually been on a few playlists, and it's great. It's actually great gonna have it on a hard disk. They're actually gonna give us some CDs to push and sell, and all the bands on there are dope. Like you got Covina, you got all these other bands from all over, and it's just real awesome to be slapped on that compilation. So. We're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Like, the guys are stoked, we're stoked, and we just can't wait till we get those CDs in hand so we start passing them out.
And it also helps you guys get your name out in different markets. You know, you got bands like from Florida and South Carolina or North Carolina, wherever those bands were from. And it allows them to, you know, allows your music to get out there to where you're not able to, you know, go travel right now. And then eventually, hopefully, go make a tour out there, or, you know, we'll see what happens. But I mean, any talks of, you know, maybe getting signed to Kingside? I don't know.
Honestly, no. It was at first, but we're just gonna kind of lay back and chill for a bit. We're not gonna rush anything, and we feel like something huge is gonna happen for us. So we're gonna, once that happens, we're gonna take it. Hopefully, we can hit it big, get out of San Antonio, tour the world, and represent the 210 when we hit the road.
Oh yeah. That's what it's all about. It's all about being patient, remaining calm, and not just taking the first thing that comes to you, you know? It's all about mastering your craft, and then something along will come, you know? What do you guys, or you said you recorded in a home studio?
Yeah. I do the home studio. I have my stuff right there, and then we have everything to record what we need: bass, drums, vocals, guitars. I do for everyone who's recording, I use Reaper, and it's a good software, and it makes us sound big.
The sound quality is phenomenal. I mean, listening to the two singles you got out right now, it sounds really good. I thought y'all were like in like a studio, something, but it's a home studio, and that's pretty awesome.
It took me 2 years studying, being like a rat in that room. Like sometimes I didn't sleep, sometimes I didn't eat, sometimes figuring out how to fucking sound. It's not easy.
Trying to master mixing everything.
The whole thing, I didn't want to pay in a studio, so I want something free for us, that we can
DIY.
Yeah, my dream was to be somebody that be able to record, but not to spend money, because that costs a lot of money at studios, and I was tired of it. I've been in Los Angeles before, recording, paying. It's hard, man. It takes you a lot from your wallet.
A lot that you can put towards other items, I guess you could say, like merch, things like that. You can put it all towards that.
Rips off your wallet.
Yeah, that's a fact. But it's awesome you do have that home studio. It really helps out. But yeah, I mean,
what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go ahead and talk about tours and shows. So we saw y'all performed with Hollow Point, or open for Hollow Point at Anthem Entertainment. Well, talk to us about that venue. I want to get the scoop as far as like how it was walking into a fucking mall and being, going to perform a show.
Well, at first, when we first rolled up to the mall, we're like, okay, we expected a big sign, and it's actually a pretty chill venue. Nathan's holding it down, Julian, RT Productions, they're all holding it down, and we walked in. I didn't expect like, I didn't expect a big old room. No, they got a bar dead center. They had an awesome stage. They had restrooms for the bands and all that, and they had dancers too. But when we first got there, we were like, okay, where is this place? Where are we going? I think they got elevators for the equipment. I was like, damn, that's a long walk. Well, how are we gonna do it, man? So we're all confused, but it was a good experience. Will we do it again? Yeah, probably more likely we'll do it again. But right now, this is our last show for October. We're gonna kick back for the rest of a few months, record this new track we have coming up. Like I said, we've been tearing it up in San Antonio, man, and I'm grateful for pretty much everybody that's come out. For the promoters booking us, for the venues opening their door to us, and just for the bands for supporting us and allowing us to perform with them. It's been an awesome ride, and I hope we're just gonna keep it going and do what we got to do.
Hell yeah, that's what it's all about. Now, you did mention y'all just gonna kick back, work on this album, or not the album, but the single that y'all will be releasing soon. What do you?
But we're working on an EP right now. Also, we want to complete the session to make happy our fans to listen to our EP. Yeah. But we are on the works because we've been auditioning bass players also, and to put the band together is not an easy, it's not an easy thing. And right now we just got Ricky, and we're coming back to the stage with the bass player and with the EP. But like always, it takes time.
It takes time. It's all about that patience. So that's all we really got for right now. Let's go ahead and get some shout outs. Want to give some shout outs to anybody?
I just wanted to shout out to, like I said, all the promoters, all the bands, San Antonio. Thank y'all so much for supporting us. To my family back at home, thank y'all for supporting me. To these guys right here for allowing me to lead them and put up on my bullshit. And thank the Lord above too for allowing me to do this and get things done each and every show.
Amen. What you got, shout out?
What's up? Any shout out or shout outs? God, of course, God, right? Because he's good. My kids, Nathan and Cheyenne, they're at home. We're gonna make it. We're gonna get there. Just give me a little time. But yeah, most definitely.
It's a process, and we're all going through it. So, but yeah, I mean, that's all we got for today. We appreciate you guys coming on. We appreciate it, man. We'll catch you guys.